Hey, Shalom, Yasharahla world, and Brother Ezekiel.
Brother Monetizat.
And we're here again on part 2 of Israel is God's chosen people, or Yasharahla, however you want to pronounce it. We're picking up now in Haggai. Going into this, there's a, just show and prove why it's important to show that we are the chosen and everything, and why like in the other scriptures, it said 2/3 of us is going to perish when Hamashiach returns and things, because it was given to us first. And, before we perished, after we perished, then the rest of the nations that did not want to bow down to the Most High through his Son and everything. And those are going to get terminated as well. So I'm going into Haggai, and we're going to start there in chapter 1. And we'll start at verse 1. We're going to read through verse 14. And let me go ahead and
Haggai?
Yeah,
Haggai.
Chapter 1, verse 1.
Yep. And we'll get this in. I'm going to get in there too. I got to get my other. I love this one because it's the Oxford one, but I still got to go back and get my other regular 1611.
Yeah.
And then let me know when y'all are there.
What verse?
Chapter
1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Yeah. You got it in there. Haggai, that's in the that's the Old Testament. Yeah.
It's right after Zephaniah.
Yep.
I think that was Apocrypha.
Yeah.
And right before Zechariah.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so we gotta, like I said, we gotta bring out why it's important to know that we're the chosen and everything, because if we don't, then you're not gonna understand, or not even want to turn back onto the scriptures to show and prove why you're special, why you do the things that you can do in the earth today and everything, why it's important, why people are trying to be you and steal your culture and everything. So we're explaining all this why. But go ahead though.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 1. In the 2nd year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the 1st day of the month, came the word of the Most High by Haggai the prophet unto Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josedek the high priest, saying, Thus speaketh the Most High of hosts, saying, This people say, the time is not come, the time that the Most High's house should be built. Then came the word of the Most High by Haggai the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now therefore thus saith the Most High of hosts, consider your ways.
So basically he's letting you know that there's a lot of wickedness going on, and people they're not building up the Most High's house anymore. Okay, they love being in their own stuff. It's just like doing the walk today. Like, you're supposed to be doing the work of the Most High and stuff. And you're supposed to be building up the kingdom, because that's why Christ said the kingdom of heaven is in you. Therefore, you're the masons, and you're supposed to lay the foundations and have this ready before the Mashiach returns and everything. But the issue is today, our people are not doing that. They're not taking it serious. People are doing it for their own vainglory and stuff, and it's not really for the Most High. It's all for likes and entertainment and things. But this is almost in the same sense as what happened here. But go ahead, Ak.
Verse 6. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And Salakia. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith the Most High. Ye looked for much, and lo, it came to little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why, saith the Most High of hosts? Because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man into his own house.
See that? So all our people that's in Israel today, this is how important it is and why you're chosen and stuff. You're supposed to bring all the foundations of the earth back in order again, like it tells you in Psalms 82:6. Ye gods, ye brothers, that's the sons of the Most High. We're supposed to bring this back in order and things so our kingdom come. But this is why Christ said, yo, don't be distracted of all the world and stuff. Seek the kingdom first and everything else should come to you and stuff. These cats is doing vice versa. You're not seeking the kingdom. You seeking to get all the vanity stuff, all the material things, instead of getting, doing the work of the Most High so the kingdom comes, and then you can have all that. And then he'll give you plenty on, like it tells you in Psalms. If you but do and turn back onto the Most High and keep his will and do his law, statute, and commandments, he'll give you whatever your heart desires. Literally. Okay? Maybe I should pull that out. You know what? Yeah, hold that. Hold on, let me find that script. Say something real quick, God.
Yeah, so this is the whole point. When you deal with the children of Israel, more than any other people, we have to have a mind that connects with each other. You look at other nations, this was called the prosperity culture. They marry within their own, they do business within their own, they buy from only themselves, yet they sell from all. We have none of those values. None of them. When they talk about this one race, human race agenda, it's mostly always directed in our direction. Because anybody else can talk about their history, Oktoberfest for the Germans, pizza for the Italians, all of this stuff. But the moment you start bringing up your culture, they tell you it doesn't matter. They tell you that, we need to assimilate. They tell you that we need to look at each other as one, erase the lines. No, lines are good. In fact, if you erase the lines, the Most High tells you in his law that if you erase the boundaries of the landmarks of the ancestors, that is punishable by death. So we need these lines, and we need to make these lines thick and bold, and know that if you cross this line, you will receive a judgment. Mm-hmm. And they love crossing our lines and erasing our lines and telling us that we never had lines. Well, we're here to shut all of that up.
That's right. I got it. Psalms 37 and start at verse 1 down to verse 4 real quick.
37?
Yep. Wait till everybody get there. Psalms 37 and verse 1 through 4 real quick.
Psalm 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
So don't worry about if cats are getting blessed, thinking they're getting blessed by the Most High, and they doing wicked. They're getting blessed by Satan. Don't worry about what they do. Take your time. All that stuff will come to you 100-fold if you just do what the Most High says to do. Okay? Keep reading.
Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither like the green herb. Trust in the Most High, and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Most High, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
See that? He will give you the desires of your own heart, whatever it is. Nothing that contradicts the law, that is. Okay? But, he'll give you whatever you want, whatever you need. If you want a specific chariot, okay, like a Dodge Charger or something, you can have,
a spaceship.
He'll give you whatever and things. So these are the things we got to work towards. But you got to build up his house first. Now let's jump back to Hagar. Hagar.
Verse 10.
Verse 10 we was at.
Yeah. Let me get back there real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Haggai chapter 1, verse 10. Therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit.
So we just read in Psalms 37 that he'll feed you in your time if you but do what he's asking you to do. He'll give you all these things. But obviously right here what's happening, what Haggai is saying towards Israel, they're not doing according to what needs to be done of the Father's will. So therefore, that's why we're not going to receive any blessings and things. Okay? But then what happens is our people start turning towards Satan. They start going to your slave masters and stuff, your governments and stuff to get blessings and things like that. And then you feel good and comfortable in where you're at and things instead of relying on the Most High and doing what he's doing. But you don't like to work. Okay? But go ahead.
Verse 11. And I called for a drought upon the land and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. Then Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua the son of Josedek, the high priest, with all the remnant of the people, obeyed the voice of the Most High their power, and the words of Haggai the prophet, as the Most High their power had sent him, and the people did fear before the Most High. Then spake Haggai, the Most High's messenger, in the Most High's message unto the people, saying, I am with you, saith the Most High.
Is he talking to the Gentiles here? No, he's talking to who? Israel. Okay? So once again, this is what he's dealing with, he's been dealing with, okay? And this goes for, Gentiles that do want to worship the Most High God according to his regulations, his law, statute, and commandments. They can receive the same things too, okay? So we're just showing the proof, but this is speaking to Israel. Israel is the light, it's the foundation to set the tone for everybody in the earth, okay? So let's jump to Haggai chapter 2 and start at verse 3 through 9. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep reading to verse 14. I'm sorry.
Okay, verse 14. And the Most High stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people, and they came and did work in the house of the Most High host of their power.
See that? So men had to stir up the Most High used these men to stir up everybody, the remnant. It didn't say all of Israel, it said a remnant, okay? These are the chosen ones that's really going to do forth the work and get their name written in the book of life, okay? So this is what you need to do. Everybody needs to do this, whoever's listening and things. But let's go to Haggai chapter 2 and start at verse 3 through 9.
The book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 3. Who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory? And how do ye see it now? Is it not in your eyes in comparison of it as nothing? Yet now be strong, O Zerubbabel, saith the Most High, and be strong, O Joshua, son of Josedek, the high priest, and be strong, all ye people of the land, saith the Most High, and work, for I am with you, saith the Most High of hosts.
See that? He's telling you, be work. Who told you that in the flesh? Yeshua told you, be fishers of men. Get out there and go do the will of the Father and stuff. Go fish for men. Bring the souls back. Bring the sheep back onto them. Turn some of these little goats into sheep and things. Do all these things to come back to the Most High so we can get this going. Because you should be disgusted of what's going on right now in your life and things. What's going on over there in Israel. You got a whole nother nation, a couple of nations over there defiling the land and saying that they're the people and stuff. Why they got the whole world psyched out thinking that they're the true Israelites over there. Well, everybody knows that they're not the real people. Well, majority. I don't want to say everybody, but there's a handful of us, there's a handful of us that don't know the real truth and things like that, or that does know the real truth. So with that being said, we need to be building up this house, okay? You guys got chosen since the womb, and Jeremiah 1 and 4 all the way through 7. You was already sanctified, in the womb before you even came out and stuff. You was chosen. So with that being said, you have a duty to do this. That's why it tells you, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. So we have to bring that all the way back around, and we have to do this in order to build up the kingdom when it comes and things, okay? It can't be no wicked individuals, people with blemishes building up the house or the temple or the kingdom of the Most High, okay? So it's the same thing that happened back in the in the wilderness with Moses, when there were specific individuals. There was Judah and Dan, specific individuals who had to build up the Ark of the Covenant, who knew how to do the work. They knew how to build it and stuff. The carpenters, the masons, they had that craft and stuff, and they were men without blemish. It was the Holy Spirit was on them and stuff. So that's the same thing that's going on. That's why I said I'm gonna do a lesson on pinpointing the layout, the blueprint of the kingdom with starting with the tabernacle that happened in the wilderness and everything. All of that's the blueprint of the kingdom and stuff. Everything has a reason and set, specific significance about it. Okay, so I'll bring that on another lesson and things, but for right now, just showing to prove you guys got to build this up. Okay, but go ahead, King.
Verse 5. According to the word that I covenanted with you, when ye came out of Egypt, so my spirit remained among you. Fear ye not.
That's another thing. I don't think our people really actually stopping to think and remind yourself of what happened to our people in Egypt. I don't think you guys really stop to think like, yo, look what happened, what we all went through and stuff. You only go back so far since so-called slavery of our ancestors back through the 1400s all the way up until right now and things. But you should go way back into the time of Egypt and everything to remind you why you should turn back to the Most High and things. But I don't think our people are really doing that on a large level. But go ahead, King.
Verse 6. For thus saith the Most High of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Most High of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Most High of hosts. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Most High of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Most High of hosts.
So that's when Christ comes back. This is when the Messiah comes, and this kingdom is going to be built up on the land. Nothing wicked shall enter in with spot or blemish shall come into this new kingdom. As a matter of fact, hold that real quick.
Yeah,
Jump to that was the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jump to back that up real quick. Jump to Revelations 22. Or excuse me, 21. I keep saying 22 all the time. 21 and
Somewhere it's breaking down the kingdom.
Start at verse 21 real quick. Yeah, 21 all the way down to the end to 27.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for the Most High Power Almighty, and the Lamb are the temple of it.
And the Lamb are the temple of it. Once again, Christ is not God, okay? Go ahead.
And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of the Most High did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof.
Who you think was lighting up the land of Goshen and stuff in the time of Egypt? But anyways, go ahead.
Verse 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into anything, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
See that? So no abominations, nothing that worketh abominations or can defile the kingdom shall enter into it. So that's what Haggai was talking about right here. Okay, so let's jump to Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 6 through 9. And you know what? Start at, as a matter of... Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6 through 9.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Most High. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Most High.
So who did he spread abroad? All the nations. Who is he talking about?
The children of Israel.
Israel, he has spread it abroad. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion.
O Zion, that's Israel. Okay, go ahead.
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Most High of Hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
See that? So this is how important and special we are in things. Okay, you are the apple of the Most High's eye. Okay, go ahead. Heck, even Hitler knew this. You read his book Mein Kampf. He knows this. Okay, that's why he was parading Jesse Owens and Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber, and stuff when they won the gold in the Olympics and things like that. They took them all over to the major castles that they were dwelling in. Everybody was running up, getting autographs. They weren't saying nigger, nigger, nigger. They wasn't saying all that stuff. These people were worshiping these two men.
Germans.
And right, Nazis at that. So, and he already knew, actually, Hitler was doing us a favor and stuff. But that wasn't according to the Most High's will to get done, because he's going to, vengeance is his. But he's showing you a shadow of things to come and stuff. Uh-oh, wait a second. We're going to get this video going to get taken down. This anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitic.
How we going to be anti-ourselves?
Right, anti of ourselves. Goyim. Let me be quiet. But anyways, go ahead. Keep reading that.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Most High of Hosts has sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion. For lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Most High. And many nations shall be joined to the Most High in that day, and shall be my people. And I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Most High of Hosts has sent me unto thee. And the Most High shall inherit Judah his portion in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. Be silent, O all flesh, before the Most High, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation.
See? Let's save the Most High. So, once again, Gentiles are going to come towards you and stuff. He's even going to keep them and call them his people as well. But knowingly, we have the promise and stuff. But that's why they're saying that they're going to be our servants in the kingdom and things, okay? So, let's go to Zechariah chapter 3 and verse 1 through 3. So I'm just showing and prove a lot of scriptures here where this whole book is talking about Israel. This is why everybody's trying to fight and say, no, they're the real Jews. No, they're the real Jews. There's no such thing as Jew before 2 Kings and stuff. That's an insert. There's no such thing as J's in Hebrew. Okay, so what was they calling themselves? They changed it they changed it from Israelites to Jews. Okay? Or whatever they be saying, they're making up stuff. And knowing they can't pronounce the B words and stuff, that's why it's va, because they don't have these lips. But anyways, go ahead and read. My bad.
The book of Zechariah chapter 3 verse 1. And he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Most High, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And the Most High said unto Satan, the Most High rebuke thee, O Satan. Even the Most High that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee.
No, the whole world.
That has chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee.
No, all the other nations.
Even the Most High that hath chosen Jerusalem.
Chosen America.
Right. Chosen Jerusalem. Who dwells in Jerusalem? Who is Jerusalem given to? Israel. Okay, go ahead.
Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments and stood before the angel.
Okay, this is going into basically him saying how he got the meat tree and so forth and so on. Jump to Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 9 through 14.
Okay, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 7, verse 9. Thus speaketh the Most High of Hosts, saying, execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother, And oppress not the widow nor the fatherless, the stranger nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your hearts. But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped up their ears, that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should lest they should hear the law and the words which the Most High of Hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Most High of Hosts.
See how important it is to keep those laws? Once again, okay, Israel, okay, enough with this doctrines of man-made stuff and things, man. You got to keep those laws. You got to teach it. And as a matter of fact, to all you men out there that's circumcised, that's in Israel, guess what? You're bounded to those laws anyways. So if it was some made-up Christianity doctrine and stuff in the New Testament for thinking Paul's writings are laws and commandments and stuff, you got it very, very twisted. You guys need to read those laws and study it.
And they be thinking that Paul's writings is his own doctrine and stuff.
Right. But go ahead, Ak.
Okay. Verse 13. Therefore it is come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I would not hear, saith the Most High of Hosts.
I told you guys, a lot of y'all don't even stop to think that you may be hurting the Most High's feelings, okay? The Most High has emotions as well, too. And for you being disobedient children and stuff, you want to hurt your father and things like that. So you're making him feeling crying, as he says right here. So since you're making him cry, guess what? When you guys cry out, I'm not going to hear y'all, okay? So this is why you guys really need to stop and do some self-evaluation and self-reflecting, not only on self, but the Most High with self, okay? But go ahead.
Verse 14. But I scattered them with the whirlwind among all the nations whom they knew not. Thus the land was desolate after them, that no man passed through nor returned, for they laid the pleasant land desolate.
And that land's still desolate till this day. And you saying that Tel Aviv is the real Jerusalem? No, it's not. No, it's not. That's a lie. Tel Arad is the real Jerusalem in a sense. But anyways, I'll deal with that later. But once again, this is speaking of Israel. This is not talking about any other nation. This is talking about specifically Israel. Okay? But go ahead. Oh, wait, that was it. Go to the next chapter. 8, verse 1 through 5, Aki.
Zechariah chapter 8, verse 1. Again, the word of the Most High of Hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Most High of Hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury.
So Zion is who? Israel. He didn't say no other nations. We already proved this in part 1. No other nations. He's speaking of Israel only. Okay? So I know there's people out there that frown upon us and things like that. They do it now. You know what I'm saying? And they're jealous as well. They're like, man, no, we want to be this and we want to be that. That's why you got some people over there, or you got a whole nation of people claiming to be us. Okay? They fighting for that position. But go ahead.
Verse 3. Thus saith the Most High, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Most High of Hosts, the holy mountain. Thus saith the Most High of Hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
See that? But you guys don't want to work for that. How nowadays you can't even have your children playing out in the streets because cats killing each other, people speeding like crazy down the street and stuff. Are people getting shot by cops for no reason, taken down by the government and things like that? You can't do that. This is not peace. Okay? So we need to return back onto the Most High and do exactly what he asked us to do. But once again, this is speaking of Israel. All these scriptures are speaking of Israel, period. The whole book is speaking of Israel, from Genesis to Revelations. Okay? But let's get Zechariah. Verse 6 through 23.
Same chapter?
Yeah, same chapter. I'm sorry.
Verse 6. Thus saith the Most High of Hosts, If it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in my eyes, saith the Most High of hosts.
So he's letting you know, yo, this needs to be, you know, marvelous in your eyes. You're supposed to be like, man, you know, you should be yearning for this. You should be wanting this. You know what I'm saying? Needing it. Okay? But our people are not on that level of want as a need to have this and everything. You say it with your lips, but your heart, your spirit doesn't say it. Okay? So there's a big difference, and that's why things ain't coming to pass quick enough. Okay? But go ahead.
Verse 7. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, Behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country.
No, I will save the East Indians.
I will save my people.
No, the Arabs.
My people.
The Moabites.
I will save my people.
The Ethiopians.
I will save my people.
The Egyptians.
My people.
The Romans.
My people.
The Grecians.
My people.
The Philistines.
My people.
The Hamites.
My people.
My people. The Most High is being very specific. My people. It's not thus saith I. Once again, it's what the scripture says. I didn't put that in there. Okay, so once again, my people. He's very specific. But go ahead.
I will save my people from the east country and from the west country. And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness.
See? Go ahead.
Verse 9. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, Let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days. These words by the mouth of the prophets, which were in the day that the foundation of the house of the Most High of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction. For I set all men, everyone against his brother.
Wait a second. I thought the Most High don't do no evil. I thought God loves everybody.
Psalms 5 and 5.
I didn't say this. Hey, the Most High said, I have set brother against brother. I didn't say this. This is what the Most High says. So your doctrines is out of whack. God doesn't love everybody. God does create evil. God does create good. God does love. God does hate. Okay? I don't know how many other scriptures you could pull out, but we could show them through this in another lesson that God loves and hates at the same time. You dig?
Jacob, I love thee, so I hate.
Kind. But go ahead, King.
Verse 11. But now I will not be unto the residue of this people, as in the former days, saith the Most High of hosts. For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their dew, and I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all these things. And it shall come to pass, that as ye were a curse among the heathens, O house of Judah and house of Israel.
No, house of the whole world.
House of Judah and house of Israel.
No, of all Gentiles.
The house of Judah and house of Israel.
Northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Go ahead.
So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
You see that? The Most High even calls us a blessing. We're a blessing unto y'all. Okay? Y'all got to get this right. Everywhere we go, y'all be claiming. This is why you pay top dollars for us to play in your sports and your entertainment business and all this other stuff, to show the bodies off in movies and things. And this is why you guys go through pornos and things like that to create these things, because it's all special about us. That's why your women nowadays, every woman that's outside of our people, are getting lip implants, melanin injections, booty implants, hip implants, all this stuff, trying to be and look like us. But y'all hated us. You still do.
Perms.
So yeah, you doing everything you can. Now I seen Chinese folks, they getting perms and they got afros and stuff. I'm like, yo, for real? But wait a second, yo, God, you know what I'm saying? That's the Asiatic black man right there, God. But anyways, but go ahead, keep reading, man.
Verse 14. For thus saith the Most High of hosts, As I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Most High of hosts, and I repented not. So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. fear ye not. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor.
Speak every man the truth of his neighbor. Speak the truth. Tell the truth about the whole scriptures. Don't do not create no man-made titles and things. Do not sit here and twist the words. Stop doing it for vainglory and things like that, for people to worship you, to idolize you and stuff. Stop doing that. Tell the truth, period. Okay? Because you causing not the kingdom to come. All right? Well, go ahead.
Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. For all these things that I hate, saith Salakia, for all these are things that I hate, saith the Most High. And the word of the Most High of hosts came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Most High of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness and cheerful feasts. Therefore, love the truth and peace.
Love the truth and the peace, okay? Not just emotional love and let's love everybody and things like that. Let's just hold hands because we're doing it by opinion and our emotion and things. Let's stop that. No, love the truth. The truth is, you cats need to get in order. All of us got to get in order and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and stop playing games and stuff. Okay? Enough with the excuses. Because I'm hearing doctrines now of the love doctrine where you guys are Israelites but going back to Christianity. And you talking about let's love everybody. The law, love hangs all the laws and stuff and not having thorough understanding of what that means.
The devil wants you to follow the laws.
Right, yeah, you starting to watch TD Jakes and stuff now, straight up. Or Cleflo Dollar.
The devil wants you to follow the laws so you can break the laws.
There you go. That's exactly what you guys are doing. You're creating excuses not to keep those laws. Now you just want to deal with this feel-good sermon and stuff again. Okay, but I'm going to do a lesson on that as well. But continue out.
Verse 20. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, It shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, Let us go speedily to pray before the Most High, and to seek the Most High of hosts. I will go also. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Most High.
I didn't say this. This is all Gentiles, okay? So how is the Gentiles excluded from this again? All right? Thus saith the Most High in the Holy Bible, or the Torah, the Tanakh. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 23. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, In those days it shall come to pass, that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
Wait a second. Hey, why did it just say that all the other nations will do this? Please, we know your God is with you. Please. Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? You know, hey, hola. Hey, go ahead.
¿Cómo te llamas? Mira, déjame entrar porque ustedes son los hijos de Dios.
Hey, sí, come on. Or you know, Italiano, buongiorno, il messenger, adalaboquetano, you know what I'm saying? We'll be sitting here speaking 10 languages. That's where the speaking of tongues, 1 Corinthians 14 comes into play. Okay? Breaking all this stuff down. All right? So all these nations will cleave onto you, wanting to deal with the Most High, because why? You are Israel, and you are the chosen. So, all right, that's it on that part. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8 through 9.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall be in that day that living water shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. And the Most High shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
Wait a second. No.
You said, oh my,
Zechariah.
Salak. I'm
I'm looking like, wait a second.
I'm in
Zechariah
14.
13 and 8.
Okay, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
There's the remnant. Okay?
The
The 2/3 is going to die off. That's Israel. Because they're not doing the Most High's will. That's why a lot of us is dying off now. Okay? We're going through this. There's wilderness happening already. A lot of y'all still in a 40-year wilderness in your mind and stuff because you choosing not to kill the flesh. Okay? And the only way you kill the flesh is by keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what changes you. It instructs you how to love. Okay? And to love who first? The Most High. But a lot of our people, they're not getting that. So if the 2 greatest commandments, as Christ said, first one is to love the Father with all thy heart, mind, body, and soul. And then the second, if you love the Most High with all your heart, mind, body, and soul, guess what? You're going to do what he asked you to do. Guess what? He gave us law, statute, and commandments. Do them. And if you're doing them, guess what? You see your brother not doing it. This is the second greatest commandment. Love your brother as you love thyself. So if you love yourself and keeping those laws, statute, commandments, and receiving blessings, you should have love to see that your brother should get those same blessings or even more than you. Because it's a joyful thing because of what you did, the work that you put a smile on his face and you seen that he changed. That's the love and that's the greatest reward right there. Okay? That's real love. Not this, Aki, I love you, Aki, and Aqua, let's all cry together. As I cry, you cry, we cry together, we'll cry. No, come on, man. No, stop that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what he's talking about, okay? Cast your feelings and emotions to the side when dealing with the Most High's word, all right? But keep reading.
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High is my God.
See that? So I didn't say that. That's you being tried. A lot of y'all being tried and stuff, and you scared of the fire. You scared to go through these things because you don't want to be refined, meaning you don't want to be changed. The Most High is trying to mold you into precious gold and things, okay? But you resist it. You fighting against the current, the grain and things like that. You need to just follow what he's asking you to do. That's what's killing the flesh, all right? So you got to have this up here, the Most High's throne in your brain or in your mind to be his dwelling place. You got to make that clean. So this is going to control all the rest of this. But if you have other things running up inside your mind and stuff, and then it's not the Most High there, guess what? You letting the carnal stuff, the temptations of the flesh rule over that. So you start thinking with the wrong head and things like that, okay? When you're dealing with lust and so forth and so on and things like that, okay? You got to let the Most High be sitting up here in this temple, okay? In the upper part, the highest chakra in your body, and not let the lower chakra be the head of everything else. No, that's imbalanced. So I can do a little breakdown with that and stuff, but I don't want to get too deep into that because everybody start going off and let me read the books on the chakras and things like that. What's tantric? I want to know what this is and stuff.
I want to know my Zen.
Jeez. But anyways, let's get the next lesson. Next script. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 2 through 4. Let me get there too.
Is that Old Testament?
Yeah, so right after Zechariah.
Yeah. Malachi chapter 2.
Chapter 1.
Well, we can start at verse 1.
Okay.
You got something to say, Elder?
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it's the book of Malachi.
Oh, well, wait, Luis.
Oh, okay.
This is where it says, I hated Esau.
Yeah.
And I made Edom.
Mm-hmm.
Where Edom said, we are impoverished.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Salakia, y'all. 1 second.
what? I was in the here too. If I say something.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, we just bringing out what the scripture says. Like I said, I don't deal with doctrines. I don't make up man-made stuff, man. I go strictly with what the book says. Okay. So this is not me watching people's videos and things like that and like, oh, okay, let me get with that. And not saying I'm high-minded or can't nobody teach me nothing. That's not the case. It's just I hear doctrines and it's not following the law. So I ain't got time for that. That's a waste of my time. Okay. But go ahead, Elder.
No, we was talking earlier. We were talking about the world, which world did the Most High chose, and we're saying that Israel was His world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fit into that. He loved the whole world, all right. But which world did He love? There are many worlds.
Right.
More than one world.
Yep. Sure is. And then and I think in the Hebrew even explains that too. So that's why I said the English translation really got a lot of people messed up. Yeah. Like I said, English is a bastard language because it's witchcraft. As brother Yatsu, he be saying like, man, it is witchcraft because one word can mean 15 different things if you don't use it in the right context of a sentence instead of just being straightforward. So you can't be. That's why when you deal with other nations outside the country and stuff, and you say stuff and you can be sarcastic, they'll take you literally. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be like joking around with people like that.
Even here.
Yeah.
Even here.
Yeah. Even here. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. But go ahead. Malachi chapter 1. Okay. And 1 through 4. Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi.
To Israel by Malachi. Go ahead.
I have loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Most High? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, they shall build, and I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High hath indignation forever.
Yeah. Keep reading.
And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Most High will be magnified from the border of Israel.
From the border of Israel. So, once again, I mean, it's just plain proof. I mean, I'm going on and on and on. This is Israel. Israel, 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 Israel. It's not talking about the whole world, people, okay? It's Israel. But let's go to Nehemiah 8 and verse 1 through 3. 1 through 8, excuse me. Nehemiah 8, 1 through 3. Or 1 through 8, sorry.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Most High had commanded to Israel.
No, commanded to the whole world.
Commanded to Israel.
Every other nation.
Israel.
Gentiles.
Israel.
Strangers.
Israel.
Aliens.
Israel.
Israel. Okay? Now I know I said this book in the laws are not done away with nor changed, but I'm just bringing this back again. This is Israel. They've been speaking to since day one. Okay? But go ahead.
Verse 2. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Mattithiah, and Shema, and Ananiah, and Urijah, and Hilkiah, and Maaseiah on his right hand, and on his left hand Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchiah, and Hashum, and Hashbadana, Zechariah, and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Most High, the great God. And all the people answered, Amen, Amen, with lifting up their hands. And they bowed their heads and worshipped the Most High with their faces to the ground. Also Jeshua and Bani and Sherebiah and Jamin and Akub and Shabbatai, Hodijah, Maaseiah, Kalida, Azariah, Josabad, Hanan, Pelaiah, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their places. So they read the book in the law of Salakia. So they read in the book in the law of the Most High distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. And Nehemiah, which is the Tershata, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites taught the people, said unto all the people, This day is holy unto the Most High your power, mourn not nor weep. For all the people wept when they heard the words of the law.
See that? So this is what we're supposed to be doing and things according to the law. And actually that's a holy day on the 7th, what was that, the 7th month? And the first day? Yeah, the first day in the 7th month. You're supposed to read all the laws and things like that onto all Israel and things, okay? So, once again, this did not say no Gentiles should be teaching the book, period. Okay, this is Israel teaching the book because we're the only one that can cause sense, okay? Always remember, if you hear some other nation saying something and they sound deep and stuff, guess who they got it from? Best believe they got it from us, okay? So, we're just showing to prove, once again, this is Israel talking. But let's jump to Joshua real quick.
Where did we end at in Nehemiah?
That was
Verse 9.
yeah.
Verse 9? We was talking about the 7th month in first day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua what?
Joshua 5 and verse 6. You know, start at verse 1 and read down to 6.
Okay. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5, verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Most High had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel, until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was there spirit in them any more, because of the children of Israel.
No, because of all the other nations.
Because of the children of Israel.
Because of the children of Israel. You had these other nations sitting here like, yo, their God is with them straight up. Okay, this is something special about these people. We better not mess with them. But obviously they've been doing it, and what goes around comes around. So that time's coming. But go ahead.
Verse 2. At that time the Most High said unto Joshua, Make these sharp knives, and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives, and circumcised the children of Israel at the hill of the foreskins. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise. All the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the men of war, died in the wilderness by the way after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war which came out of Egypt were consumed, because they obeyed not the voice of the Most High, unto whom the Most High sware that he would not show them the land which the Most High sware unto their fathers, that he would give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey.
With milk and honey. So this is why it's important for the circumcision, okay? This is why we keep telling everybody, you're listening to Paul's writings and things and not having understanding of what he's saying and why he said what he says. But like I said, I'm gonna do an in-depth study with that or lesson and bring out the bones and that whole stuff. Okay. But anyways, this is speaking of Israel once again. Okay, you had to be circumcised. Period. It's law, and it was a law before Moses was even thought of. Go back to Genesis and read about Father Abraham and the order of Melchizedek. Why he did what he did. Okay, but anyways, let's jump to Exodus 2 and verse. Let me see. Verse 23 to 25.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them.
He didn't say no other nation, and especially they were in the nation. They was in the land of Egypt. Okay, Mizraim. Okay, so we're showing to prove right here that he once said again, and the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. He didn't say that with no other nation. He said specifically Israel. Once again. Let's jump to Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16 through 17. Psalms 50. Oops.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant into thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee?
Oh, that was it on that. I'm sorry. Okay. Dang, I actually think that was the wrong one. But I'll just basically right here. These are the Psalms of David and things like that. So basically, who he's talking about is that this is Israel again. It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee." So who did he give the covenant to? Who did he make the covenant with? Israel. He didn't make it with any other nation out there, okay? So, actually, that was right. I just had to break that down right. Excuse me. So, it's just showing to prove that our people are stiff-necked. It's Israel. That's why everything's all out of order and out of course right now, because our people don't want to turn back to them, okay? So, until we start turning back onto them, as a nation, individuals still going to keep getting cursed and everything, okay? So, let's jump to let's jump to Isaiah 51 and verse 20.
What's that again? Isaiah what?
51 20 and verse 20. Yeah, this is the corner.
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Most High, the rebuke of thy God.
So basically, there's some doctrines that say it's not what it is, but all our people, we have nothing really to do. If you look at our people, they're hanging out on the streets, street corners, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to put that time to besides towards wickedness. It's not towards righteousness. It's not towards how to bring back the most, bring our people and turn back onto the Most High and things. They dealing with wickedness. So that's why they stand idle to what they're doing and things. So this is speaking of our people, and our people are the only ones that's doing that. Okay. So they rather get paid by, Satan or our slave masters and things like that instead of actually getting paid by the Most High. All right. But go ahead. Verse 21.
Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
So who's afflicted and who's drunken, but not with wine? Our people are the only ones being out here being afflicted. Now, some may argue about, other nations are getting chastised and things like that, but not on the level that we is. Okay, we've been afflicted physically, mentally, spiritually, all the way around and things. We don't even have our own identity and stuff. Okay, we don't even have a land to go to. Oh, just go back to the ivory west coast of Africa. Maybe Ghana, maybe I don't know, Senegalese. Come on, man. They don't even. How do we even know? We can't even tell where we came from. We're the only people out here who don't have an identity. You know what I'm saying? But keep reading that.
Verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Most High, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put into the land of them that afflict, Slakia. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy Slakia, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
See that? So that's what's happening to our people. They telling us, freeze, get on your hands and knees, put your hands up. And that's a way of submitting, showing, like Brother Hadar has said, that's a way of showing that you worshiping them and stuff, that you submit to whatever they want you to do with things, when you ain't supposed to submit yourself to no man out here. Now, I ain't talking about marriage and stuff. I'm talking about submitting to these men to go underneath their authority and stuff. No, your submission is supposed to be to the Most High, period. Okay? But we're going to end it here. I know we still got a lot of scriptures to do on this, but we're gonna end it here. We'll pick back up in Psalms 29 and verse 11 next time and everything. So, like I said, it's pretty much talking about Israel. Everything about the whole Bible. Speaking of Israel, we are the leaders of the earth. We are the light of the earth and things like that. We're supposed to have dominion over everything that's in the earth, but a lot of us don't want to take that dominion back, that power that the Most High has freely given us to do and everything. So in order for you to get that, return back unto the Most High through his laws, statutes, and commandments, through Hamashiach, and through the Ruach Kodesh, or Wak Kodash Ruach, the Holy Spirit and things. So do that and you'll see changes. You'll see blessings come to you. Seriously. I've seen them, okay? Literally, I've seen them. But anywho, we'll build with you later, and I hope you guys got some more knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and I hope this helps sharpens your sword, and you can pass these jewels on to other individuals when you come in contact with. So, I'm Brother Ezekiel.
And I'm Brother Manasazak.
And we're saying Shalom.
Shalom.
5-minute break.